Welcome to Failed Forward, a podcast for professionals who are wondering, how the hell did I get here?
Join your host, Rachel Durkin, and me, Donna Miller, as we discuss the messy, bumpy, and often unattractive journey to success.
After all, if it isn't hard to do, is it really worth doing? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Failed Forward, the podcast for those of us wondering, how the hell did I get here? My name is Rachel Durkin. I'm with Paradigm Marketing and Design. We are a web marketing, branding, and sales enablement agency and working with clients with a complex sale. So if sales teams want to have more quality meetings and close more deals, we can help to build a marketing to sales infrastructure that drives that process. And I am joined today by my lovely and talented co-host, Donna Miller. Donna, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Rachel. So I am Donna Miller, Chief Visionary Officer at C3 Workplace and founder of Donna Miller Business Growth Consulting, where for the last 30 years, we've been helping companies to accelerate their growth by providing advisory and business support services around finance, operations, and biz dev. Our clients know that by bringing us in to build systems that are integrated and efficient, they or we can help them to execute, building a foundation for a company that can actually scale. So we're delighted to be here today. And let me introduce you to one of my favorite people who has the best energy of
I've met him 10 seconds ago, and I'm excited. I'm feeling
Raymond Ray. Thank you for joining us on this Failed Forward podcast. And other than the fact that our audience now knows you're one of my favorite people and you have amazing energy, tell us about the fabulous things you've been doing before we get to the part where we say, not so much of a straight line.
Absolutely. Rachel and Donna, thanks for having me here. It's good to see you both. And Donna, it's really good to see you here. You and I have got to know each other many, many years ago due to a variety of life, things in our neighborhood and et cetera. And your space was there. So just kudos to you, Donna, for being who you are and how you show up. But today, Raymond Ray has a top show on USA Today called The Rundown with Ramon, which is growing according to their stats. So I'm happy about that little mark of distinction. USA Today Network show started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, not the billion-dollar Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just full disclosure, a couple $100,000. And I say that, Donna and Rachel, because, you know, people see just the front cover of Business Week and Forbes, and I get it, but everybody's not Oprah. So have a few companies, started a few companies, sold a few, authored 5 books, celebrity CEO. But today, that's pretty much what I do, a motivational keynote speaker, working with the largest brands of the world to make sure their events are never boring. Number 2, building my media brands and monetizing them with sponsored content, if that's helpful for some, and then selling it. And then number 3, figuring out what I want to do each day in the world. So that's a little bit about me.
That's incredible. That is like, and just like the way you talk makes me happy. So you must bring happiness wherever you go.
I try.
Yeah. All right. So, wow, you're impressive and amazing. I imagine it wasn't, I say rainbows and butterflies and sunshine all the way there. Was there any point that positivity left you, or that, it wasn't so perfect on that journey to success?
Absolutely. And to be clear, it's like that today. And I really do mean that. I think everything is an evolution. And, it's not like, oh, I lost 10 million, I only have 50 million. No, but things are, from small things like the financial software you use not connecting to your bank account. That's a 2 or 3 day, hey, maybe a first world problem. But so to be clear, my day, I haven't arrived to the audience listening and watching this. I have not arrived. But yes, on the journey here, it's been difficult. The journey here, I've not had money in my bank account. The journey here, I've made mistakes. The journey here, I spent money on Facebook ads, didn't work. The journey here, Rachel, don't tell nobody, I've done events thinking, I'm the king of the New York area. I mean, besides Donna, and 400 people will show up in California to my event. I spent at least, make sure my wife is not around, $50,000 on an event. Maybe it was me and a cat, literally. So I could go on, Rachel, but I know this is a short, snappy show, but I've been there. So yes, it hasn't always been a straight line nor perfect success.
What would you say your biggest professional obstacle has been along the way?
Professional obstacle, probably, and I would say this today because I want to get better at it, not thinking strategically enough. That's just not my thing. I'm the person, let's get all the ingredients together, make it, and then figure out what we made.
What we're doing later.
Wrong way. Maybe it was lasagna, maybe it was zucchini. I don't know. Or maybe it didn't work out. So I wish I was more strategic, but also my gift that's the high though is moving fast. So it's kind of a yin and the yang. And I'm the first person to raise hand. Let's do it. Let's try it. But I think partnering with somebody, let's slow down and think. So professionally, I could definitely do better at being slower, more methodical, more thoughtful. That's one of many things that I could do better at.
But Ramon, you've been at this for a while. So you and I have both been at this for a while. And I think that over time, we learn to identify what our blind spots are. And I think many entrepreneurs, especially highly creative entrepreneurs, we like starting. We don't necessarily like everything else that has to happen after you come up with this fantastic idea. So how have you compensated? Have you had partners? Have you had employees? How do you create that balance of offsetting your intense creativity? Like Rachel, I love Rachel. When I first started working with Rachel, I used to have to say to her, I used to say about Rachel, she is the only person I've ever met who thinks as fast as I do, which is a great thing for me and her, but not the people who are trying to follow us. So how did you learn to make that work for you?
Sure. There's been 2 times in my life where I believe I had the perfect arrangement. And if I talk too long, I'll cry. One is Jamie. Hi, Jamie, if you're watching this, Jamie Freyer. And one is Marion Banker. Hi, Marion Banker. This was back in the day, 2005, 2006, when I started doing my first events. My partner then, partner's the key word, I may come back to it pending time, Marion Banker. She was the yin to my yang. I could just be me and sell and be the butterfly, Rachel, rainbow person, whatever, a Skittles bag or whatever, who I am. And she was the one, those silly spreadsheets and all the numbers and all that crazy pivot table and methodical. My Lord. I'm saying it in a funny way, but we worked together so well. I was the one who's like, no, I think Dell's going to be a sponsor. They said they'll do for $200,000. Let's go with it. No. Let's wait till we cash the check. But we worked well. So that was one. So meaning what I'm getting at, Donna, is partnership. And then 2, Jamie Freyer, when I sold my second or third company, smarthustle.com, I built that company over time, but it was Jamie who was behind the scenes, and I would sell the big sponsorship deal. She would read it methodically. So anybody listening, I wish I had that today, because I'm in a season going back to failing forward. I'm getting some big things done, but I'm feeling that pressure, bigger deals coming in. Now somebody's got to read that sucker and execute on it.
Yeah.
And it's painful.
You're not the detailed person. I'm not detail oriented either. And having that person next to you who is, and knowing you can count on them, it's like a weight lifting. Because I know I suck at it. And I don't want to do it. And I have to sit down and spend twice as much time doing it because I know I suck at it.
That's
so
exactly
having
right.
that partner or those people around you is huge.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think I see a lot of, in the consulting world, which is where I spend most of my time now, I see business owners who want to hire themselves. I'm like, I really don't think that's what you want to do.
No.
You need to hire someone who complements you. So Ramon, and this is something I kind of think about on a pretty regular basis. As you look back, are there particular lessons that you have learned and I know that you serve the small business community really well with a ton of resources and content and events. But for yourself and for our audience, what are 1 or 2 of those lessons that you have learned along the way? Probably from some of the failures, whether it's I hope your wife isn't listening, the $50,000 conference where you and the cat. What are some of the lessons?
Yeah, I think 1, there's generic lessons that we can all applicable to Rachel, to Donna, to Ramon, that we can all learn. Things like make good connections, slow down, be thoughtful, follow up. Those are lessons, core business lessons in any common business book, or things that you probably, Donna, have said for years, and you, Rachel. So I think that's 1, lessons that we can all learn, and do take that, people. Follow up, be kind, build a relationship, show up. Not be afraid to say no. I think for me, lessons learned, I'll go back to what I said, Don. I think the biggest lessons learned are, do I have the right team? That's one of the many lessons. I think I'll stick to that one. Yes. Do I have the right team? Love freelancers, love people from other countries. Great. You can get far with that, but I'm now realizing that only takes you so far. So
Yin and yang.
that's what I say.
Let me ask you this. How have you nurtured? Because one of the things that, Rachel and I were fortunate. We had virtual or hybrid teams prior to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one of the challenges we see a lot of people facing now is how do you keep that relationship building connection in a largely virtual world?
Yeah.
That's something I need my person in my room. Have you figured out how to nurture it via, Zoom calls or team calls?
Sure. And let me put a slight edit on it. So what I'm talking about is for US dollar rate, just to be clear on the first comment, very low rate people, Fiverr, Upwork, great humans, beautiful people. But at some point as we grow, you can still use them, but you need metaphorically a Donna or a Rachel or Ramon on your team. It doesn't matter where they are in the world, but just thinking different.
You need
yes,
someone,
thank you.
When you're working with a Fiverr or a contractor, you're telling them what to do. I need someone to tell me what to do. And that's why you can hire a high level consultant for very expensive or bring in a partner or another thinker. But I need someone to tell me what to do sometimes because I don't always make the right decisions.
Rachel, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So I wanted to edit that earlier point, Donna. And so to the point, though, how do I work with a virtual team or remote team? I think it's things like this. You can't just do email alone. When they're like locked with you, when you're rocking with them and it's a 7-year relationship, 5 years, think about us. I got to know about Rachel's baby, Donna's dog, Rachel's car got dinged, Donna had whatever. She went snowboarding with her girlfriends, whatever. You got to build that in as you go along, especially at a higher level. Not talking about, as you said, Rachel, just edit my book cover. I don't really care who your family is, but I do. But as you're going with deep stuff, you really got to get a little deep, a little personal. It makes a difference.
I agree. It's funny, and I probably shouldn't admit this on the podcast, but I have an electronic notebook. It's called a Remarkable, which I love. So because I used to be a paper person, and this has allowed me to organize myself in much better ways. But I have a folder for team, and I have a notebook for every single person in my team so that I can write down what we're talking about, whose husband is having surgery or whose dog, so that the next time I talk to them, I can bring that back up, because I have to admit that, and this has frankly gotten worse as I've gotten older, but my memory is not what it used to be.
And what you're bringing in.
Yes.
Natural.
Yes. So I do agree. I think nurturing those relationships in out of the box ways is really, really important.
Yeah. And it's triggers, right, Don? It's triggers, whether memory or not, but I'm giving you grace now. It's triggers. You got 50 people, 30 people, Ramon included, Rachel. These are different buckets. So even just that, that's right. Ramon said, it'll all come back. But sometimes you need just that little nugget, to help you remember it. Yeah.
So Ramon, if you could go back, at any time, what would you have done differently?
Do I have to go back, Rachel?
I know.
I want to stay right here.
And listen, you're doing 5 businesses. People are like, "Hey, Rachel, do you want to open another business?" I'm like, if I knew what I knew now, I don't know if I would do this again.
Rachel, it's a hard question because it's something that I'm struggling with even as we speak right now, Rachel. Raymond Ray and all that people see online and all this, I'm telling you, I'm struggling with it right now. So, but if I had to go back, putting it in that perspective, I think it'd be have a partner. Didn't have to be literal and legally, but just have a thought partner, because at the age of 51, as I'm looking at where I want to be 55, I know what I do well, Rachel. I know what I will freaking crush, meaning said in humility. It doesn't sound like it, but
what
just
you like doing.
Yeah, what I like doing and what I'm the best at, meaning I'll destroy if I was in a competition, bring it. In my sleep, wake me up, waterboard me.
Gold medal. Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, and I'll still win it. But I know the things that I don't like. And so that's, I think, the thing. If I had to go back, as it were, I missed those 2 seasons in life where I had a partner. It was 2 times where they were a thought partner. We had calls all the time. I could just send them contracts and they knew about money and all that. And we just flowed together. I missed that. And
you said you're struggling now. Anything we can help you with?
Yeah, let's talk. I mean, we can do it live right now in front of 40,000 people. But seriously, Rachel, meaning
and your fears. Let's get some. We need some listeners here. No.
Yes, but I am in the season, whether it's the audience or you all. I'm saying it, meaning, to remind the audience and you all. Ramon's an edutainer. I work at big brands, clients. I sell a bit of relationships, but the details of, okay, take this metaphorically, this cup. I don't know if people are seeing it or hearing. turn it this way, do this, 4-inch to the left, right, put 3 beans in it and 2 Skittles, all that detail, that's a different side. Somebody who likes that. I sold it. I painted the picture. Now that thought partner, even if they're aligning our team in other countries who have a lower cost of living, which is great. So if that's helpful, that's kind of where I'm at.
That's awesome. So Ramon, tell our, oh, Donna, do you want to say something?
Wait, I just have to say one thing, is that if your thing you want to change is that, you know, you want to have that partner, and what I want to say to you is go get the partner. And Ramon, you reach out to me and I will help you think this through as to what you need, because what I firmly believe, and this is a combination of failing and winning, is I have thought everything I have into existence. And when I said about the writing, that's what I want to say is right. Like, what is it? What do you, I mean, we both believe.
Which we just found out he doesn't like doing. So maybe you need to spend an hour with Donna.
So you write the things
break like she's placed by her.
We're both people of faith. And I think that when you put it down on paper, that's when it just simply kind of shows up, because now you're aware of what you're looking for. Anyway, I just had to add that in. And
I love it.
And I like that too, because, you know, I started my company with a partner and everybody told me I was crazy. I gave equity away, but I wanted work-life balance, and I'm bookending it the same way. So
well, let me figure. I don't know how to find Donna. 1 second. Let me just search up. Oh, Donna-Miller.com. No, Donna-Miller.com. 2 N's, M-I-L-L-E. Okay. ChatGPT. She's available. Okay. I can go like her calendar and book her. Got it. Okay. Sorry, Donna. I wasn't trying to reach you. Got it. Oh, business growth expert too, Rachel says.
That's amazing. So Ramon, how can our audience find you?
Sure. Best way to reach me is RamonRay.com, RamonRay.com, RamonRay. Love people to check out also zoneofgenius.com. And those are the 2 best ways. DM me, holler at me, let me know how I can serve.
Excellent. Well, Ramon, we love having you on the show. Our audience has benefited tremendously from our conversation. And so to all of you, I say, until we meet again, fail forward, embrace it. There's lots to be learned there. Thanks so much, everybody.